Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to solve one more quantization noise problem. Okay, so already we solved one problem with a different data. So in this problem, the input data given is different. So how to solve we can see. Okay, so the question you see, the input to the system y of n equal to 0.999 y of n minus 1 plus x of n is applied to an ADC. Okay, what is the power produced by the quantization noise at the output of the filter if the input is quantized to 8 bits and the second one 16 bit. So for two different quantization level, if the input signal is quantized to 8 bit means we have to calculate the quantization noise power, as well as if the input is quantized to 16 bit, what is the quantization noise power we have to measure. Okay, and here you see what are the given data. So here the digital filter transfer function is not given. Okay, so in previous problem, so you see in previous problem, in problem itself directly the h of z, okay, the transfer function of the digital filter is directly given in our problem and the quantization bits is given. Okay, but here the h of z is not given directly. Instead of h of z, that digital system equation is given. Okay, that system equation in time domain is given. So from this time domain equation, you just apply z transform and you just calculate the h of z. Okay, so here, so first you note down the given data. So what is the given data? The function, okay, the system equation, the difference equation of the digital filter y of n equal to 0.999 y of n minus 1 plus x of n. Okay, so from this equation you just apply the z transform. Okay, so you just apply z transform for the above equation. What is the z transform of y of n? Capital Y of z, which is equal to the constant you just write as it is 0.999. And what is the z transform of y of n minus 1? According to the time shifting property of z transform, the z transform of y of n minus 1 is z inverse into y of z. Okay, so already we studied this in signals and system. Then plus what is the z transform of input signal x of n? It can be written as x of z. Okay, so here in this you just collect y of z term in one side, x of z term in another side. So that's why this term, this 0.999 z inverse into y of z term, you give it to here. Okay, so if you are giving here and you just take y of z outside, so y of z into 1 minus 0.999 z inverse equal to x of z. Okay, so from that y of z divided by x of z, the ratio of output of that system divided by the input of the system, it can be written as a system function capital H of z. Okay, so the capital H of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus 0.999 into z inverse. Okay, so the system function calculated. Okay, this is the first step. So after calculating the system function only, we have to calculate the input quantization noise power and output quantization noise power. Okay, so this is the extra step we have to do if the digital filter transfer function is not given directly. Okay, in previous problem h of z is directly given, but in this problem instead of the system function, the system equation is given. Okay, so using that particular equation, you just take z transform and you just calculate h of z. Okay, this is the first step. And the next step, that is for two different quantization thing we have to find out. Okay, so first, if the quantization bits is 8 bit mean we have to calculate the quantization noise power, and the quantization bit is 16 bit mean we have to calculate. Okay, so in order to calculate that one, so first you just take the formula. So what is the output quantization noise power? So the output quantization noise power, or the output of digital filter, it is given by sigma E O squared equal to sigma E squared into summation I equal to 1 to n residue of h of z, h of z inverse into z inverse at z equal to pi, where pi is nothing but poles inside the unit circle. Okay, so already you know the formula. So using this formula, we are going to find the sigma E O squared. So in order to find out this quantization noise power, first we have to calculate this residue value. Okay, so in order to calculate the residue value, first we have to find the product of this three term. Okay, so here we are calculating. So you see h of z. First we are calculating the answer for this product. Okay, so h of z inverse into z inverse. So which is equal to, what is h of z? So the h of z just now we calculated 1 by 1 minus 0.999 into z inverse. Okay, so you see this is the h of z into next h of z inverse. What is h of z inverse? In h of z formula, instead of z, you just replace it with z inverse. Okay, so here in h of z, there is no that is z is there. Instead of z, you just replace it with z inverse. So you can get 1 divided by 1 minus 0.999 ez. Okay, into the third term z inverse. Okay, then you just so in numerator z inverse is available divided by the two denominator. So here this z inverse. Okay, you just take z inverse outside. So you see, you just take z inverse outside. So if you are taking z inverse outside, you can write this one can be written as z, since the product of z into z inverse is 1. Okay, minus z inverse we taken outside, so 0.999 into 1 minus 0.999 into z. Okay, so here the z inverse cancelled. So finally we can get 1 by z minus 0.999, 1 minus 0.999 into z. So this is the total the product of h of z inverse into z inverse. So that product we are simply take it as a t of z. Okay, and for this t of z, we have to find the poles. Okay, what does it mean by poles? The roots of this denominator polynomial is called it as a poles. So here there are two terms there. This is the first term and second term. So for first term, what is the root? What is the root of this first term? Z minus 0.99. Z equal to 0.999. Right? So the first pole is 0.999. And you see the second term. So in the second term, 1 minus 0.999 z. So this term can be written as, if you are taking minus 0.999 outside, we can write it as a z minus 1 divided by 0.999. So 1 divided by 0.99 value is always greater than 1. Okay. So the second pole, the pole corresponding, the root corresponding to this second term value is greater than 1. Okay. We want, that is in order to calculate this residue value. Okay. The residue of this total function at z equal to pi, where pi is nothing but not all poles. Okay. Pi is nothing but poles inside the unit circle. Pole inside the unit circle means the pole value is less than 1. So you see the first pole, it is less than 1. Okay, 0.999. But the second pole, okay, the second pole is compulsory. That is the second pole is 1 divided by 0.999. It is greater than 1 only. Okay, so that's why we neglected the second pole. Okay, so for first pole, this first pole, we have to calculate the residue. Okay, so you see, so therefore the summation I equal to 1 to n residue of this at z equal to pi. Okay, here only this n value is 1. Okay, only one pole is located inside the unit circle. So that's why no need of the summation. Only one residue we have to calculate. So the residue of this multiplication of this function at z equal to 0.999. Okay, so already you know that how to calculate the residue. Residue is nothing but similar to partial fraction coefficient. Okay, so the residue for this term z minus 0.999. So that's why the residue is calculated by the z minus 0.999 multiplied with this total h of z inverse into z inverse at z equal to 0.999. Okay, so that's why z minus 0.99, z minus 0.99 cancelled. Okay, then in the remaining term, here only z is available. Okay, so instead of this z, you just substitute 0.999. Okay, so that's why the answer is 1 by 1 minus 0.999 the whole square. So the answer is 500.25. Okay, this is the residue value. Okay, this residue value calculated. Then we have to substitute this residue value in our output quantization noise power formula. So you see, this is our output quantization noise power formula. So therefore, the sigma E O squared is equal to sigma E squared into this answer we calculated. Okay, this summation residue of this is we calculated, it is a 500.25. So sigma E O squared is equal to sigma E squared into 500.25. Okay, and in order to calculate this, so we want the sigma E squared value. Okay, so here for two quantization noise level, we have to calculate sigma E squared. Okay, so under if the number of bits used to make quantization is 8 bits, and if the number of bit is 16 bit. Okay, so that's why here you see, and what is the formula for sigma E squared? Sigma E squared is nothing but Q squared divided by 12. And what is the value of Q? Already you know the quantization step size. Q is nothing but R divided by 2 to the power B. So R by 2 to the power B the whole square divided by 12 into 500.25. Okay. So here we have to substitute R value and B value. Okay. So the first case you see, if the number of bits used to make the quantization is B is 8 bits. Okay. And here the range is not given. So you just consider R is equal to 2 volt. Okay. So B equal to 8 means, so therefore the sigma E O squared is equal to, so you see what is the, here R is 2 divided by 2 to the power number of bits 8. So 2 by 2 to the power 8 the whole square divided by 12. Okay. So the answer is into this 500.25. Okay, so using calci, you just calculate. So the answer is sigma E O squared is equal to 2.544 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so this is the output quantization noise power if the quantization bit is 8 bit. Okay, similarly, if the quantization bits is 16 bit. Okay, instead of 8 bit quantization, if you are using 16 bit quantization, means the output quantization noise power sigma E O squared is equal to the same thing. Okay, in same this formula, this B value you just change. Okay, instead of 8, you just substitute 16. So you see 2 by 2 to the power B. What is the value of B? 16 to the whole square divided by 12 into 500.25. Okay, so if you are calculating, the answer is 3.822 into 10 to the power minus 8. Okay, so this is the output quantization noise power if the number of bit used is 16 bit. Okay, you just check this two answer. So already you know, if the quantization noise power reduces, that is the quantization noise means due to the rounding process or truncation process, so how much amount of error is happening in the digital filter, it is called it as a quantization noise power. Okay, so if you are using instead of 8 bit, if you are using 16 bit quantization, means then output error, okay, the output noise power, you see this value is very less when compared to this first value. Okay, if the quantization is performing for 8 bit, means the error value 2.544 into 10 to the power minus 3. But instead of 8 bit, if you are using the quantization for 16 bit, means, so this quantization noise power, you see 3.82 into 10 to the power minus 8. This value is very less when compared to this. Okay, so from this problem we understand that the quantization noise power reduces if the number of bits used to perform the quantization increases. Okay, this is the conclusion. So this is the second type of problem. Okay, so in first problem, in previous video, we solved one quantization noise power problem. In that problem, the h of z, the transfer function of the digital filter, is directly given. And for if the quantization is 8 bit, means how to calculate the output quantization noise power we discussed. Okay, in this problem, instead of h of z, here the system equation is given. Okay, the difference equation of the system is given, means how to calculate. And if for two different quantization level, we calculated the output quantization noise power. Okay, this is the second type of problem. So it's a very important university problem. You just learned it. Okay, so in the next video, we are going to discuss one more problem, one more quantization problem with a different method. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel for more videos. If you want to learn the lecture videos related with the subject discrete signal processing and signals and system, there is a separate playlist is there in our channel. Okay, in the name of the corresponding subject, discrete time signal processing, signals and system. Okay, so I will give link for those places in the description box. You can use it. Okay, so thank you. We will meet in the next video.